Today I will be making Pan de Muerto, which is the bread that belongs to the rich and beautiful cultural tradition of Mexico. Pan de Muerto, also known as Pan de los Muertos or simply bread of the dead, is a way of celebrating family and friends who are not with us anymore for the Day of the Dead. The key word is celebrating. In Mexico, the celebration lasts 2 days, November 1st and November 2nd. But this type of custom can be found in many other cultures, or a similar version of it, predominantly connected to Christianity. We will start by breaking 4 eggs and leaving them outside of the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they reach room temperature. Next, we will pour 60 milliliters of warm water to the stand mixer bowl, in which we will dissolve 12 grams of yeast, together with a pinch of sugar. We'll cover the bowl and let the yeast rest for about 5 minutes until it activates and ends up looking slightly frothy, just like this. Add 650 grams of all-purpose flour to the same bowl, followed by the 4 eggs at room temperature and a teaspoon of salt. Attach the stand mixer's bread dough hook and have the mixer run on the second speed until all the ingredients are incorporated. We will add 200 milliliters of condensed milk. Oh, and if you're wondering what kind of weird packaging this is, well, it's because I made it. I simply decided the packaging needed to change. Don't ask me why. I felt that it needed to look more sweet, more happy. So yeah, I've changed it. We will need 2 tablespoons of orange zest, 3 tablespoons of orange juice, 150 grams of regular sugar, and then we'll slowly start adding 200 grams of room temperature butter, little by little until everything is incorporated. Once everything comes together, you can turn the mixer onto the 4th speed and leave it there until the dough pulls away from the bowl. This will take additional 15 to 20 minutes. If you're doing this by hand, start by making a little well in the middle of the flour, to which you will add the yeast mixture followed by the rest of the ingredients, and then you will continue to knead it for about 30 minutes. Since in this recipe dough needs to be kneaded for a long time, I decided to show it made in the stand mixer, but obviously you can definitely do this by hand. It just takes a little bit longer, but it gives you a good exercise. When ready, the dough will be very soft but not sticky. Grease a large bowl with a little neutral oil and pour the dough in. While slowly rotating the bowl, pull all the outer edges in towards the center to form a round ball. Flip the dough over, tuck the edges under, and place it back seams down. Cover the dough and let it sit 3 to 4 hours in a warm, non-drafty place. With winter approaching, the inside of an oven is one of the best places in the kitchen for the dough to rise. However, do make sure that the oven is turned off. If this makes you nervous, just use the inside of a kitchen cupboard. After 4 hours, the dough has doubled in size. Flour the board very lightly and place the dough on the board. Press it down gently with your hands to release the gases and then fold the edges to form a rectangle. Turn its seams facing down. Okay, let's divide the dough into 3 equal parts and weigh each piece to ensure they're all the same size. Then we're going to take one of the 3 pieces and divide it into 5 parts. And again, we're going to weigh them to make sure they're all equal. And now the fun part. First, out of the 5 pieces that we weighted, take only 4 and flatten each one of them in the middle using your fingers or a side of your palm and gently rolling it across the dough. Then do the same thing again, this time dividing the dough further into 4 quarters. Now that we have finished the first one, we'll do the same with the other 3. Lastly, we're going to take the 5th piece and simply divide it and shape it into 2 small round balls. So now we have made the pieces that represent bones of the dead and the 2 little round balls that sit on the top that represent the tears of the living. Glaze the loaves with a little water that will serve as glue in the place where we'll attach the bones. And the tears to form the finished design of Pan de Muerto loaf. Cover the loaves and let them sit 1 more hour in an oven under the light. And of course, as before, make sure that the oven is turned off. After an hour has passed, we'll glaze the top of the breads with an egg wash. You'll need just 1 egg that you will beat until frothy. And follow that by a generous sprinkling of regular sugar. Place the breads in the oven that's been preheated to 180 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit and bake them for about 25 to 35 minutes. If your loaves are starting to brown before they're done on the inside, just cover them with a piece of aluminum foil. Pan de Muerto is out of the oven and it's looking beautifully golden brown. It's almost done. We have just 1 more step left. As a final touch, squeeze a little bit of orange juice over the still hot bread loaves. This will make the bread glossy on the surface and it will infuse it with additional sweet citrusy flavor. I only wish I could describe the sweet, citrusy and cozy aroma that's now spreading through my house. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, don't forget to hit the like button. I make videos about all different kinds of wonderful breads, and I've really enjoyed making Pan de Muerto. I post videos about bread every week, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell button so you're always in the know when the next video about a new bread recipe comes out. Till next week, bye!